To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Come on, everybody. Here we go! Off to Neverland!
You're funny. I like you already. My name's Mater. Like Mater, but without the tuh. What's your name?
Something, Robin. You're taking too many chances.
Chances? You must be joking.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
And now, our feature presentation.
Welcome to Movies with the Mouse podcast, a Disney Dad's podcast production exploring all Disney entertainment from movies, parks, and everything in between. I am your host, Jacob, sitting alongside my sidekick, my co-host, my travel friend,
Emmett.
What is up, buddy? Welcome back to episode 76 of Movies with the Mouse podcast, our trip recap.
Yes.
Yeah, we just got back. If you couldn't tell by my voice, it's still kind of shot from a wild last couple days.
Insane last few days.
In Southern California. It was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah. I really enjoyed our trip. I thought it was a lot of fun. Everything that we did from Hollywood to Burbank to Disney, everything was so much fun, and it was a great memorial trip for Grandpa James is how I feel. I feel like it was like that 2 hours on Friday that we went and did that boat was just, it was perfect, and it kind of had us all in our feels, but it was like relieving afterwards, you know, like you had felt beforehand that it was going to kind of put a damper in us. We weren't really going to want to do much afterwards, but I felt like the way we left that boat and the way everybody did that, it was like perfect.
100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just felt right. Like everything just kind of clicked. But we're going to get into that a little bit as we go here. We're going to deep dive our trip, and just details and all the fun stuff and our favorite parts and maybe compare a little bit of Disney World to Disneyland, kind of get your feels on if your mind has changed on some stuff. But yeah, dude, we're going to jump into this like we always do. We're going to start out with how you been, man? How was your week?
You know, just with the trip, it was a good week, you know? You can't be mad when you're on vacation.
Right, 100%.
Like, it was just, like, from Wednesday night when we left?
Yeah, Wednesday
From Wednesday night until late last night, it was just a ton of fun, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was a good time.
How's your week?
Well, of course, you know, it wouldn't be my style to do anything the correct way. So starting Tuesday, it was like Tuesday evening, I got sick.
Mm-hmm.
I was not in the good place. Let's just say I thought maybe there could have been a shot that I had that parasite that had been going around. I was pretty deathly ill, on the verge of considering not going. But I knew I had to go, so I was going to power through and just do what I needed to do. And then Wednesday we went down to Salt Lake, and I was feeling pretty good. And then Thursday came, we went to the airport, and we'll get into the rest of it. But yeah, I'm on the mend. I'm feeling pretty good right now. But yeah, just kind of got that jet lag, you know, that little that Disney hangover that
jet lag from the 1 hour time change. What are you even talking about there, dude?
Hey, I'm old. I can say stuff like that, right? But just that Disney hangover, you know, just that, you know, walking for more than 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And just
it's a little rough.
Putting it in, and yeah. So I'm feeling better. So that was good.
That's good.
But yeah, overall the week was great. You can never go wrong when you're in Disney or in Southern California. I mean, It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
that being said, man, what did you watch this week? Because we didn't get watch a lot, but we did catch a couple movies or something on the plane, maybe?
I did not. I actually, with such a short flight, I didn't really get into it. Like, there was not a movie that you could have watched that you would have been able to finish on the flight. Everything was...
They had a section for like under 2 hours. And there was a few in there that you could have watched.
Most everything that I saw from like Grandma and Kaylee and Mom were like this movie's time succeeds your flight time.
Yeah.
And so like you couldn't even like finish it. So I just like I had a window seat there and back, and I just put my AirPods in, listened to music, and just kind of chilled out and played on my phone and didn't do a lot. I think you guys do flying wrong now, and you guys sit up and watch that screen. You can just connect to Wi-Fi and play on your phone the entire time as you would in a car.
Right.
Like, you don't have to change anything that you do anymore. And so that's what I did the whole way there and the whole way back. So I just didn't catch much other than watching How I Met Your Mother when I went to bed each night.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so I ended up watching, on the way out there, I watched Friends because, I was going to be sleepy because I was not feeling good. So I was going to watch Friends.
And granted, our night before our trip was a little rough. No one got sleep that night before.
No, the night before our trip on Monday night was chaotic. Tuesday night was chaotic.
Yeah,
that
it
was just one of the wildest and probably the worst nights of my life.
It was pretty rough.
I ended up going to work. I was going to work an 8-hour shift on Wednesday. I got to work, made it an hour, and was like, dude, I'm out. I can't concentrate. I don't feel good. I did not get any sleep the night before, and it wasn't because I was excited to go to Disney. It was just we had some family stuff going on, and I had to take care of some stuff. And so, yeah, I was extremely tired. Couldn't focus. My eyes were all messed up. I was like, dude, I'm going home early. I came home and crashed out. I
didn't even know that you were home. I woke up at like 10 o'clock and saw that you were home. I was like, what the heck? Why is he home? And you slept probably until 1 o'clock. Like, you passed out.
Yeah, I was pretty tired. I had the night before, so
yeah.
But yeah, I watched that, and then on my way back, I ended up watching the Bruce Springsteen "Deliver Me." What is it called? "Deliver Me"?
Something like
that. I watched the Bruce Springsteen show for a while, and then I switched it up because I knew I wasn't going to end the movie, so I kind of want to be able to sit down and watch the end of it. So I ended up switching over to
Abbott
Costello, Abbott Elementary. That's a pretty good show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to really dive into it.
Sadie enjoys it.
I'm gonna have to dive into it. That actually has a little bit of part in our trip recap here, so we'll get into that. And then we watched, Fantasmic.
Well, yeah, all the Disney
Fantasmic.
shows, but we'll get into that.
But yeah, other than that, Friends at night, and just kind of relaxed, and it wasn't a big TV week. That's for darn sure.
No, it definitely was not. So let's kick it off right into the news here. We got a little bit of news for you guys, and then we're gonna skip the whole rest of our show, to keep it a little off how we normally do, not do any This Week in Disney History or our rotating. We do have a quote at the end of the show for you guys. But we're just going to get right into our news and then right into our trip, because we just want to deep dive so many parts of our trip that we absolutely loved. So our first bit of news here, the official webpage for the Magic of Disney Animation is now live on the Walt Disney World website ahead of its September 4th opening at Disney's Hollywood studio. So looking at that website, it just kind of tells you what they're going to do, what the Art of Disney Animation is going to be, what it's going to hold within it, and it's just kind of a good preview to go and check it out if you are coming up on a trip coming soon.
Yeah, I can't wait. I know
it's going to be cool.
We're going to be heading down to Orlando, dude, in less than 2 months.
We're already
HHN bound.
Less than 2 months, we are already on another flight. Speaking of HHN bound, little side piece of news for Universal. Did you see what Universal Japan is doing?
No.
They are introducing the first 18 and up haunted house.
Really?
They're doing an extreme haunted house. It's an extra cost, and you have to sign a waiver and be over 18. And on that waiver, cool. It basically states that you're okay with seeing R-rated scenes, and like it's just going to be an insane haunted house.
Oh, that's way cool.
And people are not wanting this in the States fully because they don't want to have to pay the extra cost for it, and they don't want to not be able to bring their teenage kids to it because they're under 18. But everything that I've seen on it so far is that people are wanting something like this in the States, because they're feeling that HHN is starting to go more childish and more childish and more childish with Five Nights at Freddy's last year and then bringing Fortnite as a scare zone this year, that people are feeling it going more towards that child side, and they want them to bring it back to what HHN was.
Okay. I'd be down for that.
But yeah, I thought an 18 and up house would be super cool.
But back to our news article.
Yes.
I am super excited to go check out the animation courtyard there in Hollywood Studios. I know it's going to be one of the highlights for me on our upcoming trip. If we get over there, I'm kind of crossing our fingers that we do. Which
we will.
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, we're going to get over there.
And so I'm really excited for that because I love that. We'll talk about getting to the Disney Studios tour or Disney Studios later in the trip. So I think being at the animation courtyard is just going to be really cool. Kind of bring that kind of a nostalgia back to us. I mean, even though it's a couple months prior to when we go to Animation Studio, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
So
now I see why you took the first one, because of course, you have to give me the hard ones and
Give
make
you a hard one.
Yeah, so Disney's Animal Kingdom has a new addition. Bakari, a 21-year-old Western lowland gorilla, has joined the park's family troupe and stepped into his new role as dominant silverback.
He is like their leader.
Really?
He came in and already took dominance over, and he is now their leader.
Oh, that's all. I guess that's awesome.
Yeah,
right?
it's cool.
Kind of sad that he just like
he's a pretty cool looking gorilla.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, he's super sweet looking, and who doesn't like a new animal at Animal Kingdom? So, but fresh aerial photos from BioReconstruct show steel framework for the new Maya Temple entrance to the Indiana Jones attraction climbing well above the existing building. Progress has been significant since the last set of construction images. So basically, right now, it just looks like a bunch of steel beams.
Right.
But it is significantly over the old dinosaur building. Like, it is kind of towering over, and I think it's going to look awesome because, like, being at Disneyland and seeing Indiana Jones, like, you don't see, like, the front of a temple. Like, you kind of walk in there and you're into it. Like,
You're
don't really
walking into the cave.
Yeah, you don't get a chance to really see it, and I think actually seeing it is going to be super cool and super awesome.
Yeah.
So
that'll be cool. I am super excited to see Disney World's edition of Indiana Jones over there in Animal Kingdom. I think it's going to be great because Indy is a great franchise. It's a great film franchise, and it's a little bit of adventure. And just coming from the ride in Disneyland, just having that that quick paced ride.
Yeah.
You know, kind of a switch from what other rides in Disneyland, you know, you got over there. And so I think adding that to Animal Kingdom is going to be perfect.
I think it's going to be awesome. So
scaffolding is up. Excuse me. Scaffolding is up on the upper right side of the Hollywood Tower Hotel. there we go. With construction scrims wrapping several columns along pre-lobby queue at Hollywood Studios. The attraction is operating normally, no queue closures or ride impact. Disney hasn't given a timeline for the work wrap-up, which is typically for this kind of exterior maintenance on an aging facade. This, you know,
they're just touching it up, making sure it still looks good, making sure it's still intact. Nothing crazy. I wonder if when they're actually going over the lifts, if they're going to close it down while they're doing it over there.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because, like, if they're in front of the openings,
Yeah.
like, what are they going to do then if the ride is still operating? But I think they could do it, and you just don't, like, they just keep the windows closed, and you don't actually see it.
Or you just see the
or
screen
they
from the
start,
back.
or they start from, like, bottom up, and as they get higher up, they open that one and then open that, so you can still get your full ride experience.
Or do you think we might see like the 10th wonder of the world, the backside of Scrim?
Maybe that.
Maybe. Okay.
Or maybe they'll do what they did to the Haunted Mansion. just put a wall up of the ride.
That could work too. That
That looks so silly.
It's like you're riding Tower of Terror, and when it gets to that spot where
it's just a
it opens
picture
up,
of Hollywood Studios.
It's a picture, but it's like not like an actual picture. It's drawn, and it's like stick figures. And
That
stuff
would be
like
kind of
That'd
funny.
Be kind of funny.
You see, like,
I would ride that and not be.
It's in like
mad.
Muppet art style, like it looks like animal druids.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're looking at
it, yeah.
right? So it makes sense.
I think it'd be funny. But something that's like, it's kind of an odd piece of news, but I thought it was really funny. Kraft Heinz and Disney confirmed a multi-year exclusive alliance this week covering Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, and Disney streaming and studio platforms. This is the weirdest part of this. 10 Kraft Heinz brands, including Heinz, Kraft Mac and Cheese, and Philadelphia Cream Cheese, will appear across the park's dining location. New Heinz condiment stations with custom equipment are coming to the parks, and D23 in August will feature the first look at the new sauce from the Heinz Sauce Vault.
Okay, now I'm excited. I like condiments. Condiments make whatever you're eating, right?
I think we're going to get more.
Whether you're like, dude, is it going to be like fry sauce? If anybody that doesn't know what fry sauce is, over here on the west side of the country, all fry sauce is ketchup and mayo mixed. Mm-hmm. But if they like are branding this to like be like this big, oh my gosh, over the top thing, and then we get fry sauce in Disney World, yes, I'm going to be excited because I love me some fry sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's going to be a little disappointing for us West Coasters. I mean, we're already privy to the fry sauce kind of game.
But also, like, I wonder if this will bring like Because you can't do like relish or any of that at Casey's or anything yet. I don't believe so.
Oh, I don't know.
Or I've never seen, but I wonder if that's going to bring more of those like an extended line of condiments into the parks. This is such an odd conversation. We're a movies podcast. We're talking about ketchup and mustard right
There's
now.
nothing wrong with ketchup and mustard because you know what you have at movies. Sometimes you have a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
And at hot dogs, you got to have ketchup, mustard, relish.
Yeah.
Maybe some other really yummy condiment.
Also, this brings Jello Puff marshmallows. Heinz owns...
Stay Puft?
Yeah, Stay Puft marshmallows.
Really?
So we'll get a little bit better marshmallow treats in the parks. So I'm kind of excited for that.
I'm down. I'm always down for a good Rice Krispie treat.
Mm-hmm. So, but all right, guys, that is all of our news this week. Nothing crazy big. I think it's going to be kind of a few slow weeks here for the news while we're amping up for D23 here in a little bit. We're just right around the corner from D23.
I think less than a month.
I think like 2.5 weeks.
I think, something
like that. It's
August
real
12th,
soon here, so we are going to have a crazy amount of news from D23. But getting right into it, let's start off with our trip. You want to kick us off?
So absolutely. So our trip kind of began a day earlier than we actually flew out. We drove down to Salt Lake, got a hotel room down there in Salt Lake, and we went to the In-N-Out Burger. I'm not a big In-N-Out guy.
I love In-N-Out.
In-N-Out's like mediocre at best.
It's just like a classic burger. Like, it's nothing special. It's nothing crazy. It's just a good burger,
just solid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was good. It wasn't great. But let me tell you about this place that we stayed at. So we just wanted to stay by the airport somewhere quick because we had to get up early to get to TSA because we were traveling with Ashes. And so I wanted to make sure everything was, we were on the up and up and everything was good. And so we got there a little early. So I wanted to stay the night in, Mom wanted to, I'm going to specify. Steph wanted to stay the night because she's like, dude, you wake me up at 4 o'clock to go to the airport, I'm going to be very angry the rest of the trip. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, I don't want that. So we went ahead and got a room. We stayed at the Hyatt, which was beautiful.
It was a good hotel, yeah.
It was a beautiful hotel. It was quite small, nothing crazy.
Nothing insane.
But guys, we were staying with 5 people in one room. And I was a little worried about how this was going to pan out. And we get to this room, and it is massive.
Huge room. It had like a whole living room in it.
So you had the sleeping quarters, quote unquote, in the back of the room, and you had 2 queen beds. You had a shower, in the bathroom. You had like a nice vanity area that you could get ready in that was separate from the bathroom. Then you had a whole other like front room side of this room that had a pull-out sofa.
And then, it was an L-shaped sofa. Like it wasn't like some little tiny like just fits like a full bed in it. No, it was a big sofa.
Yeah, I think because you and Kaylee slept.
Yeah, I slept on the pullout and Kaylee slept on the other part of it.
Yeah, it was wild how big it was, and then not to mention there was still another section of that room that was like an office area which had like an office
and then like the microwave and
desk. Yeah, there was a desk on one side and the microwave and fridge was on the other. It was a massive room. So to kick off our week, that was great. Mm-hmm. But like I was saying, leading up to this, I was not feeling well. Came home from work early on Wednesday. Like I said, I thought I might have had a touch of that parasite going on because I was not doing well at all.
Yeah.
Belly was really upset for all day. Like I said, tired, sleepy. Kind of had that I was achy a little bit. So I was like, oh, great. I'm really, catching this, flu or whatever. But at the same time, I was feeling a little bit better. As we were getting closer to Salt Lake, I was feeling great. Feeling kind of dancing in the car, having some fun. Mm-hmm. Got Salt Lake, was doing okay. And then we went to bed. And I woke up the next day, and I felt decent, enough. We packed up what little we had unpacked and headed to the airport. Got in through the airport security surprisingly fast. It was really nice. Like, I was shocked. Got over to our terminal, or our gate, and that's where things got south really quick because that's where I started getting really sick. It was so hot. I felt it was really hot in that airport. I couldn't breathe. Like, I was like, what in the heck is going on? So I went up, used the restroom, came back, and I sat down for a minute, and I go, oh no. And I had to run back to the bathroom because, what's a better start to the trip than having a projectile vomiting experience?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little TMI, but I got to tell you guys, this is how my trip started. So I did that. Went back, sat down, drank some Gatorade, drank a bunch of water. By this point of my adventure of being sick on our trip, I was getting extremely dehydrated. And so I'm trying to get as much liquid and, electrolytes back into me as I was putting out. Got on the plane, and the plane was actually pretty good. Like, it was nice and cool.
Yeah. It was not our flight there and our flight back were a good 15 degrees difference.
Yeah.
It was so hot on our flight back.
Yeah, it was a little warm. We got in our seats, and I put my head forward like on the TV screen, and I passed out. I don't remember anything from that flight. I remember waking up a couple times because I was listening to Friends, but I would start an episode and then it would skip ahead, and I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. Guys, I had shaved my head the night before, and I'm leaning my bald head on the screen, and if I moved just a little bit, it was skipping ahead in the show. And I was like, what in the world is going on? So we got that figured out. I missed out on snacks. I didn't even know that. Like, I had asked Steph on the way from the airport from LAX to our hotel. I was like, did they offer snacks? Like, I didn't even see them come around. And she's like, you were out.
Yeah, you were gone, dude.
I don't feel like I was asleep, but like I said, I don't remember much of that portion of the trip. Get off the plane at LAX, and of course, like in true Jake fashion, I wanted to sing "Hopped Off the Plane at LAX." Emmett's like, dude, do not do it. But I had to. I had to do it. I did it. So we jump off the plane, and as we're coming off the jetway, I'm telling Emmett, hey, Emmett, make sure you're looking for celebrities, man. And I'm looking in every direction. I'm still sicker than a dog here. Mm-hmm. I'm looking around, like looking for people. And I look up, and there was a man in a Movies with the Mouse t-shirt holding up a sign that says Jacob Moore. And it was my good buddy Rick Reagan. My family had pulled off the surprise of a century. Mm-hmm. Because I talked to Rick a little bit.
Not even your family. It was me and Mom.
I had talked to Rick about maybe joining us down there, and he's like, man, I can't swing, I can't make it work this time. And I was like, all right, I understand, to have Rick there, I cannot explain to you guys like the joy.
He walked out, and Rick is like sitting, like you walk out of our jetway, and Rick is sitting in the first seat that you see, and he's sitting here looking around, scanning the whole airport, looking everywhere. It took him a good 15 feet to finally notice that Rick was standing in front of him.
Yeah, it took me a minute.
It was a little bit of time before.
So I saw Rick, gave Rick a big hug. Figured out that we didn't need 2 rental cars, so I was trying to figure out how to cancel our rental car.
This is what was the hardest part of doing this whole thing, so it was just me and my mom that had known. We didn't tell Kaylee or my grandma until 2 days before the trip is when we had told them that he was coming down, because we knew that they would say something or mess it up. So it was just between me, my mom, and Rick of who knew that he was coming down. And so we had to figure out how to not have us buy too many Disneyland tickets, because we have Rick's guest tickets for him being a cast member, and that's awesome. And thank you, Rick, for letting us use those. And how to get a larger rental car, because you had just rented a 5-seater that would have fit our luggage and us. And so we had to figure out how to get another person and not have to spend a fortune on another rental car or a crap ton of Ubers to get around for Rick. And then we had to figure out, we had so much stuff that we had to get down on how we're going to do it and what we were going to do. But we pulled it off. He had absolutely no clue.
No idea.
No idea that he was down there.
I mean, me and Rick had talked a few times, like, prior to. Rick is very much so my, like, go-to, like, I got to vent, I got to talk. It just, get some talking out sometimes is good. And so I always talk to Rick. And we had some text conversations. I'm like, man, this is not like our usual conversations. We're usually lighthearted, and he was just asking some weird questions. I thought they were kind of weird, just for our type of conversation that we usually have. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of was like, I wonder. But then, like, he was like, I got to go to, they just asked me to work overtime this weekend. And I was like, man, all right, that shot that, what, but the thought of having Rick there was like, still like, oh man, it'd be so cool if Rick was there. You guys pulled off the surprise of a lifetime.
It was awesome.
I can't tell you what it meant to me to have Rick there. it was
it was like the love story in the movies when like the girl's getting off the plane and like she's looking out and she sees the guy and drops all her bags and sprints to him and gives him a huge hug and jumps in his arm. Kid you not, that is what it looked like.
Well, if I wasn't sick and I could have jumped in his arms, I might have.
It was super funny to me.
But it was really cool. Having Rick there was, like I said, it took so much off of me just because now I have like the ultimate family. Like, there's still a lot of them, wish Corey, Josh, and Deshaun could have been there with us and, just on that. But just having Rick there just helped me out immensely because I've been under so much, like, I don't know if you could say quote unquote pressure to like make sure that this is perfect and everything was done right. And I just didn't have my time to not be the strong person in the family and just kind of, let things go for a little bit and just have my emotional time. This was that part, that helped me have that opportunity to do that. And that was super important to me. But yeah, it was a great surprise. Got to the airport, saw Rick, we went, got the rental car. I was able to cancel
everything was super smooth.
Yeah,
like everything. Like I thought LAX was going to be an absolute nightmare to get through, but it was all super smooth. We were out of that airport in 30 minutes with our bags in our car.
Yeah, on the highway, ready to go.
On the highway, getting to Disneyland Hotel.
Got to Disneyland Hotel, and I mean, it was just beautiful.
We had a perfect room.
Yeah,
like it was right there in the Frontierland Tower, right up the other side of like the main lobby tower. Literally dead center, right off of the elevator. Like it was perfect.
11th floor. The 11th floor. It was like in the center of the pool area.
Yeah.
So we had a room that looked out over the pool, and it was like dead center in the pool. So it was could not have gotten a better room.
Couldn't have gotten a better view. I think the only better view would have been the Adventureland Tower on the back side.
So you
could
see
out over into the parks.
Yeah.
I think would be the only better view than the one that we had.
Yeah, I thought it was a great room. Our room was ready when we got there, which was really cool because we had to go drop our bags and kind of change, freshen up a little bit.
We did, however, get made fun of by the host there at the hotel. She had kind of given us crap for coming from LAX to Anaheim and then going straight back over to Hollywood. She was like, it's a little backwards there.
Yeah.
We were like, we didn't want our bags to get stolen out or our stuff to melt inside of them, so we thought better bring our stuff to the hotel first and then go back out. Because we weren't in a rush or anything. Like, we were doing totally fine on time.
We had oodles of time.
Because it was like a 45-minute drive from LAX to Anaheim.
Yeah,
it wasn't terrible traffic because it was like 11-ish.
I think we got there about 11:30.
Yeah.
It was
and so it wasn't like crazy traffic or anything like that. So it was super smooth.
Yeah, it was awesome. So then we got back in the family truckster and headed over to Hollywood. And I'd never been downtown like that before.
That's not even downtown LA. That's
Hollywood. Yeah, I'd never been there. So that was kind of cool to drive around and see different things and stuff like that. And then we ended up parking there, like just off of Hollywood Boulevard,
literally right off of Hollywood Boulevard.
And we walked through this like little strip mall type area, and then went on to Hollywood Boulevard, and we walked the street up one side, down the other.
Probably we walked around for a good 2 hours just on Hollywood.
I bet we were there for. Yeah,
because we got there probably 1 o'clock-ish, 2-ish.
Yeah, I'd say 2. I'd say we probably walked that for like 2-3 hours. Because if we got 2-3 hours, because then we went 4.
Because we did the Walk of Fame and went around and saw a whole bunch of stars, and we're just we didn't even like, the only one that we were like targeting to look at was Walt Disney's star. Other than that, everybody else's we just kind of stumbled across. We saw like the Disneyland star right outside of the El Capitan. Michael Jackson, Michael J. Fox, Robert Zemeckis. We have a whole bunch of pictures of stars that I could go through.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that. I mean, just kind of like the atmosphere around there was really, really cool.
Royo Disney star, Michael J. Fox, Walt. Where are all of our cool ones? I mean, they're all super cool, and it's not even like they're. Because you're just walking on the street and there's that person's star, there's that person. Like, it's nothing like you're walking around looking for certain people's. Like, it's just kind of, you notice a name as you walk past it. Who else? I know that there's a bunch that I saw that I didn't even take a picture of, because you're just literally just as you walk past, there's that one, there's that one,
Yeah, we did that a lot.
Uh-huh.
We would walk around and be like, "Oh, hey, look at this one," or we walk. I think we saw Miley Cyrus's star. There was a bunch.
There was a crap ton of stars,
and it was really cool because you'd maybe 4 or 5, and then you'd recognize somebody, and then maybe 2 or 3, and then you'd recognize somebody. That was a lot of fun. We spent
and just not even streetmosphere, but because there wasn't you see the Chinese theater and movies and all of that, and there's the characters all around and all of that, and I think the only people we saw were Chewbacca and Mickey.
Yeah, well,
Chewbacca and Mickey.
Temu version. How many times have you ever seen Chewbacca with dreads?
Chewbacca with dreads that looked like he taped them on from the barber shop.
It was a little weird. It was a little weird.
Yeah, but it was just kind of an odd experience down there. I've never been I've been across New York on the Manhattan Bridge, and that's kind of they have that same little just market vendors down, and that's what they have on Hollywood Boulevard is literally just lines of just street vendors selling all kinds of stuff, hats and bobbleheads and food and all tons of stuff. And it was just kind of a cool experience to be around.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then we went in and had a slice of pizza. I was unable to eat still because I was still not feeling well. I don't remember much between LAX when I saw Rick and getting to the hotel. I don't remember a whole lot. Talking about it, I remember the cast member talking to us a little bit. But other than that, I don't remember much until we get to about Hollywood Boulevard. And that's when I kind of started to feel a little bit better. I started to kind of I still had this weird pain in my belly. It wasn't like a sickness pain. It was I was hurting in my belly. That's what was really starting to worry me, that I might have caught in the Taco Bell parasite. But
yeah.
But everything else was really well. I thought it was fun down there. We went and grabbed a slice of pizza, walked around some more, and then we went to the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, which was really
cool. They do a lot. They do very, very well with all of the wax figures that they have in there. Saw the Hulk, saw the Rock, saw Little Nas X, to Anne Hathaway, and
Taylor Swift,
Leonardo DiCaprio, the Avengers,
Michael J. Fox.
No,
not Michael J. Fox. Excuse me, John Travolta.
Charlie Chaplin, Elvis, They had a whole monster section that had Dracula and just a whole bunch of Universal stuff. Me and Rick took a picture inside of the Jaws mouth. They have a little photo op that you can do that.
Patrick Swayze.
Yep.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
So
There's
cool.
just so many super cool ones that they all look fantastic. I don't think there was one that was ooh, that doesn't really look like them.
So if you guys have ever been to a Madame Tussauds, it is amazing. They're fun. They're relatively inexpensive, depending on how you look at it. You're not getting a lot for what you're paying for, but they're kind of cool.
It's a fun experience.
Yeah, and it's a couple hours maybe, depending on how much you get into it, which celebrities should take pictures with, that kind of stuff. So, it could take you a few hours to go through if you really wanted to.
Yeah, if you really take pictures with everybody, it could take a while.
So out of all the wax museums that I've been to 3. This is my third one. I've been to the Las Vegas, the San Francisco, and now the LA one. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
This one just seemed really short compared to the others. It did
kind of, but it definitely didn't have as much room. Because the Madame Tussauds in San Francisco, it has a basement. And
I think there was stories of it.
Yeah, you were going all around at the one in San Francisco. But it felt a little short, but there was a lot in there too. It was what, 10 people to each room?
Right.
Roughly. Some rooms had a little less, some had a little more, and it was a really fun experience to do.
Yeah, then we went and walked around and went to the mall for a little bit, kind of walked around the mall, checked out some of the shops, and then we were like, man, we got a couple hours before our next activity, so why don't we go hit up Dave & Buster's, go have some appetizers, have some drink, just kind of play some games, have some fun. So we did that for a little bit, and then decided it was time to probably start heading back down to our next activity.
Mm-hmm. And this was so we had seen the Chinese theater before this, walking past it, and we took some pictures with it and all of that. But walking into this theater, oh my gosh, it is awesome. It is just absolutely beautiful. The architecture in there is just so wonderful, and it really changes the theater experience. It's not like you're in a very everything's black and you got 4 lights on each side of the wall. No, it is a whole auditorium that you are stepping into, and it is just absolutely beautiful.
It is insanely beautiful. The outside facade I thought was actually smaller than normal. Like I always pictured it like over the top, huge. It's not.
No, it's actually pretty small.
Maybe like a couple houses like deep, and maybe 3 houses wide. It wasn't very big at all.
No, it's kind of a smaller building than you would expect. But you walk in there, and then you